Today's host is James Fedua. Welcome, James. What do you have for us today?
How's it going, Jesse? Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Hey,
Want to start off in.
let me tell you something real quick. I feel like
Yeah,
I feel like I just got punched in the stomach right now because we had the installation mass yesterday for Bishop Dolan, and I heard his homily, and it's brutal.
wow,
And
it is brutal.
all I could say is Phoenix, tighten up your seatbelts. We're in for Mr. Toad's wild ride. Okay, that's it. I want to get off my chest. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanna go over to the Netherlands right now with the Dutch
Okay.
farmers. They're experiencing some hard things from the government right now, and we're going to show a video in evening news that I think will really tug on people's heartstrings for the Dutch farmers because the police have been really cracking down. Totally peaceful. Farmers are exercising their free speech. But this video, there's some of the billy bats involved that they wield, and it's heartbreaking to see that happening. Just more government crackdowns. But I mean, this is this thing with free speech. Where's free speech now? I thought we had the ability to speak freely on certain things, and that's all they're doing. But of course, we see this just brutal police takedown. So definitely stay tuned for that video in evening news.
James, that pains me because I'm a retired cop, and I can tell you, there was a couple of times where I had to defy the direct orders of a supervisor
Oh
because
wow.
they were telling me to do something that I knew was unlawful. And when I watch these videos of these cops, and some of these guys are veterans, they know better, and they're doing things like mind-numb robots and obeying unlawful orders from their supervisors, I ask myself, have you lost your mind? Have you lost your sense of decency and humanity? You're not a robot. You're not a machine. You're a human being. You're called to think and use your intellect. And you're called to uphold the Constitution. It pains me to see this because so many of these cops, I think they're so intimidated by the globalists and by their
Yeah.
woke chief of police and captains that I mean, if these guys tell them give them an unlawful order, they'll do it without a second thought. And again, as a Catholic, your Catholic conscience preempts your badge.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I know there was a case. I think it was either in Canada or it was here in America where the protesters against the vaccine mandates were talking to this cop, and the cop said, at the end of the day, I'm with you guys. I'm for your freedom to choose what medicines you don't and get. But he said at the end of the day, these guys pay my bills, so I got to do what they tell me to do. But yeah, so it's sad to see that these guys are just so, yeah, like you said, intimidated by their superiors into doing this.
Lord help us. Okay,
Yeah.
what else do you got going?
Well, down in Nicaragua, the Ortega regime down there is really cracking down on the Catholic Church, and we've reported on him before. He sort of touts his quote unquote Catholic faith when it's convenient, of course, when it gets him into office. But at the end of the day, he really goes after the Catholic Church. And we've done some reports on the anti-Catholic attacks on churches and on Catholics themselves have really been ramping up since the civil unrest in that country has taken off. But the story we have for tonight is their latest attack on a Catholic radio station. So they stormed in there and just started taking the place apart. So I mean, but they're smart. They know that the media reaches people. So they're taking it out, the Catholic media there.
Yeah, and I'm glad you guys aren't out there in Nicaragua because you guys would be the first apostolate to be visited by Daniel Ortega. Yeah, he would definitely.
I was just about to say if we were down there, we would definitely be taken out long before I came probably. But
yeah, again, all these fake Catholics, like Daniel Ortega, Joe Biden. I mean, the list goes on. Fauci.
yeah.
It reminds me of a saying. It was from Pope St. Pius V. He said, all the evils of the world are due to lukewarm Catholics. when you look at
Heard that.
everything bad happening in the world, you can see a lukewarm Catholic behind that. Again, all the New World Order, the globalists, the Democrat Party, everything bad happening, the Vatican. There's a lukewarm Catholic behind it, and again, the rest of us are paying a price for it because Jesus Christ told us, and it's very clear. Because you are lukewarm, because you're neither hot nor cold, I will spit you out of my mouth. And a lot of these people are in for a surprise. And I tell my wife all the time, when I look at a lot of these people, Ortega, Biden, Fauci, I said, this guy's an old man. He's older than me. He's got one foot in a banana peel. This guy's about to die and see Jesus and be judged. This guy's on his way to hell. What's he thinking? Is he going to take his money with him and his fame and popularity? I mean, as St. Paul told the Galatians, who has bewitched you, foolish Galatians? What are these guys thinking that they're going to live forever? They're old men. They're about to die. Yeah. Again, I think they've lost any supernatural faith that they've once had.
Oh, yeah.
I guess they must think, again, like that universal salvation. Hey, you know what? We all die and we all go to this one happy place somewhere.
Yeah, they're taking on the Bishop Barron approach there. But Jesse, that kind of leads into the third story I want to mention. In Ireland, there's an archbishop there warning the faithful, hey, we're seeing a massive decline in Ireland of Catholics, people becoming Catholic. So you have to be ready for, your priest might be getting old, and once he leaves, you might not have another priest to replace him after that, or churches might be closing. You might not be able to, readily go to the sacraments and go to confession. So, but he's warning the faithful with that, but he's telling them also, don't give up, don't lose heart, keep praying and keep fighting, really, which I think is the message that we're pushing here a lot on pretty much every single show. It's important for people to, get involved, like you said, Jesse. I mean, in the Vatican, in politics, in pretty much every aspect of society, there's just, if there's Catholics at all, they're lukewarm Catholics, and they're not doing what they need to do to keep the Catholic faith moving in the direction it should be, and keep our country moving in the direction it should be. So it's as Archbishop Fulton Sheen said, it's up to the laity to pick up that slack.
And while you guys are doing a yeoman's job, James, you guys every night, I tune you in, me and my wife. You guys are blessed you in the living room and in the big screen. You guys are moving the needle because you're right. So. Scandal destroys the faith of the little ones, and scandal also undermines the moral authority of the Catholic Church. And you guys are on the right side of the issues on everything. Hey, let me ask you another question that's not on the topic. A lot of people, we had primaries last night, and you had a lot of MAGA Republicans versus Rhino Republicans in different states. As far as you know, did the MAGA Republicans do better yesterday, than the Rhino Republicans in terms of winning the vote?
From what I've heard, yes. I think the MAGA side, as you put it, definitely came out more on top. And we'll have more on that. We'll have our political analyst Jim Ellis, who's very, very wise on all this stuff, and he'll break down the numbers and what happened and who won and everything like that. But from what I've read, I think yes, the MAGA side definitely won.
Yeah, I think. I mean, you guys will probably let us know tonight. There still seems to be election or voting issues in several counties. Yeah, that are having problems with counting their votes. So that isn't fully taken care of yet. Again, this is probably the fingerprints of George Soros or Mark Zuckerberg, because I know even here in Arizona, they said that 2 counties are a mess. Pima County, Pinal County are a mess in terms of counting the votes, and they're not even big counties. They should have wrapped it up by 10 o'clock last night, and there's a lot of confusion there. So so it's not over yet. We're still fighting this election integrity.
Yeah, no, definitely. This is an ongoing battle. I know we've interviewed people like Wendy Rogers from Arizona and Mark Fincham, who are definitely on the forefront of this, and they're rock stars when it comes to fighting for election integrity. So yeah, we need definitely more people like them fight.
Mark Fincham won. Did Wendy Rogers win? I know Mark.
I believe she did. I'll have to double check on that, but
I hope she did. Well, I'll
I hope
find
she
out
did too.
now. Yeah, because both of them are they're warriors when it comes to election integrity. They're as good as they come.
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely. Yeah,
James,
and faithful Catholics too.
Yeah. There you go. Again, it's funny. I find in the country, when you have a faithful Catholic, you see them doing things that exemplify heroic virtue. When you see a lukewarm Catholic, you see them causing scandal and undermining the authority of the church. Yeah. I mean, it's funny. There's two extremes in politics. You either got a good Catholic that's tracking towards heaven and that's doing good for the common good and promoting goodness, beauty, and truth, or you have this lukewarm Catholic that is just, they're like a neutron bomb that goes off in the church and they're just decimating people.
Yeah, and I want to just plug real quick, if I could, our call to action convention at the end of August. Mark Fincham, who I just mentioned, is going to be there. Terry Barber is also going to be there, your co-host. So that'll give people, I think, the tools to sort of fight all these fake Catholics and these rhinos in office and in the church. So definitely crucial for them to sign up for that, because it's not just going to be, listen to a bunch of speeches and rah. It's going to be, okay, this is what you do to fight this stuff. This is how you do it. So now go and do it. So I think that's
Amen.
Definitely a good thing for them.
James, thanks, brother. Thanks for coming on. God bless you guys. God bless Church Militant. Keep fighting the good fight of faith.
Will do.
Keep on doing what you guys do best. See you next week.
Jesse.
God bless you.
See you next week. Bye.